Come to Benidorm.
Yeah, come to Benidorm.
Oh, whoopsie-daisy. Anyway, yes, Benidorm.
The atmosphere is unbelievable.
Why has it besotted us Brits?
Beautiful, what's not to like?
Well, don't blame it on the sunshine.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Don't blame it on the nightlife. Don't blame it on the good times.
Cheers to Benidorm.
Blame it on the bargains.
Dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap.
Hola.
Hello.
And the people are so friendly.
Yeah, this is lovely.
For 50 years, we've been flocking here, but a fair few thousand of us forgot to flock back.
It makes me feel 18.
Hoping to live the cut-price dream in this high-rise heaven.
Benidorm's awesome!
I'm sure he's fine. Which is why there'll always be bargain-loving Brits in the sun. Coming up, there's romance in the air. With a proposal.
People are looking.
I don't care.
A severe case of puppy love.
Welcome to my new life, I know.
And wedded bliss at one of Benidorm's caravan parks.
Best decision we made, isn't it?
Yeah. Better than scared
Apart
nurse.
from marrying you, of course.
Hey, marrying me.
Yeah.
Better than scared nurse.
For many of us, the sad fact is we only get 1 or 2 weeks of fun in the sun a year.
We don't want to go home tomorrow.
I'd live here if I could.
Literally, I could move here today.
Funny you should say that.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
It's like a Garden of Eden.
This is lovely.
Up the road from Benidorm, in nearby fancy Albia, you can find a couple who found their dream home.
Oh, no.
Wow.
43-year-old Chris Green from Leeds
I do really like it, I've got to be honest. There's just a really warm feel about it.
and 42-year-old Gary Jones from Bala in Wales
After
it's
long days of
beautiful.
work, we could just
Come down
dip
here.
in.
have said bye-bye Blighty and hello sunshine for good.
Oh, come here.
But their first 7 days in the sun have been slightly stressful. They underestimated the cost of accommodation in Spain and had to pay 6 months' rent in advance,
We look like we've been robbing banks, don't we?
wiping out most of their €7,000 budget.
Thing is, we might be hungry. We've got a beautiful apartment.
So come on, lads, show us what €550 a month gets you.
And we drink out of these every morning. And here's the boudoir. Here we go. Here's the living room. And this is quite comfy and cosy. And here is our own private balcony. See? And what's gorgeous about here is, of an evening, in the daytime you can see mountains there, of an evening all you can see is lights everywhere, and you just feel like in Hollywood really, without the name.
The showbiz view has come at a cost. Bar manager Chris and hairdresser Gary need to get jobs pronto. Chris is not messing about. Look at him, he's off. Lead the way.
I've got all my certificates here from when I run pubs and various things that I've done work-wise. So hopefully I'm going to go out and hopefully speak to a few people and see if there's any vacancies around.
Chris is a man on a mission. That mission? Employment. Right, what's the plan?
Maybe have a little wander around here, try some of these bars and restaurants, I think.
Oh, you don't sound too sure, Chris. Hold up, hang on, wait for us. Chris has 20 years' experience working in bars, so he's hoping someone will snap him up. Failing that, he's not fussy.
I'm quite happy to work anywhere, to be honest with you. A job's a job as far as I'm concerned, and if it means sweeping the streets, that's what I do.
We're going in. In a minute. Just on the outskirts of Benidorm
You're so handsome.
lives 66-year-old grandmother of 3, Linda Jean from Essex.
Did I tell you I could have been a model?
Linda's been in Benidorm 8 years, and her home doubles as a dog and cat rescue charity. But in the last year, she has one less in her pack.
I got divorced. That was fantastic. Which now I'm free to just do exactly what I want, which is more dogs. Such a good girl, yes you are.
Linda's on a dog mission. She takes in as many canines as she can care for.
Over the last year, our donation have increased, which enables us to help more dogs. I still pay a lot out of my own pension. That's what I do. I don't have anything else to spend it on. I'm happy as long as I can pay my rent and my bills.
Linda has over 20 dogs living with her at the moment, like Misha.
When she came in, her mouth was covered in ulcers, her tongue was covered in ulcers. Her teeth here are all broken off with someone's either kicked her in the mouth or done something to her.
A lot of these animals are bought from Pereiras, a type of pound, and some dogs are put to sleep after 21 days.
Good girl.
One of those dogs was Flora, who Linda saved 12 months ago when she was pregnant. Rescuing the pooches is only the first step. Often the real challenge is then finding them a permanent home.
Puppies always rehome very easily. As we used with Flora last year, when she had 7 pups, they were all homed immediately. Flora's still here waiting.
Flora and the gang are about to be joined by a trio of new arrivals.
The van's turned up with my new little mum on board, Heidi, and 2 puppies. So this is the latest addition to the family. Oh, wow, hello.
I have to warn you that the following footage some viewers may find disturbing. Disturbingly adorable puppies! Meet Donny and Ruth.
Welcome to my new life, I know.
And this is Heidi. Neither of the pups belong to Heidi, but she's adopted Donny. Yes, you, handsome. But she hasn't taken to Ruth.
Oh, I think you're lovely.
Which means Ruth is joining
Shall we see if they'll accept you?
a load more puppies.
I said never a dull moment in the Linda Jean household.
This adorable lot were rescued by Linda a few weeks ago and will be homed when they're old enough. In the meantime, it's playtime, guys.
Dotty, Dotty. Wait, Dotty, no. Nicely.
While Ruth gets to know her new puppy pals, Linda checks on Heidi and her adopted son, Donny. Heidi has clearly been badly abused.
She's absolutely terrified. She had the rope around her neck and she'd been hung. She's very traumatised. We just have to assess her and see how she is and work with her. She's very scared. It's really sad. A little dog. Why would somebody want to do that? Sorry.
Coming up, Linda has reason to smile.
It's a real happy ending for this little one.
And we meet Benidorm's answer to David Dickinson.
I've taken it from a hobby, made it into a living. That's magic.
If there's one thing us Brits love to chew the fat about, it's the weather.
It rains all the time in Scotland.
In Manchester, the weather is horrible.
Back home, it's raining today, I think.
That's why I like Benidorm.
Ooh, I know. It's baking here.
Got the sun.
Got the sun.
I'm sweating cops.
The sun's out, that's all we want.
But there's always a solution when you get too scorchio.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh.
50-year-old Yorkshire lad Chris O'Sullivan lives in Finistrat, up in the mountains outside Benidorm. And life in the Costa Blanca couldn't be any more different to the Costa Bradford.
No pools in Bradford, I'm afraid. It's only when you come out to Spain you get such luxuries as this.
Chris lives with his girlfriend, 42-year-old Essex-born Emma, and their 8-year-old son Shay. and Ralph the Rottweiler.
Drop it.
And he decided to say goodbye to Yorkshire after a family tragedy.
My mother died suddenly, a sudden adult death syndrome. It's like cot death for adults. And she was only 50. And I thought, what am I doing in England? I was working in a factory and I switched off my machine, went home, says to my girlfriend, right, I've had enough, let's go to Spain.
And I said, OK. So we did.
A week after walking out of work, Chris and Emma were in Spain with 2 backpacks and a tent. After travelling the coast, they eventually settled in Benidorm and, spoiler alert, they're still here, 18 years later. Well, up the road in Finistrat, where they completed their family with their little boy and their less-than-little dog.
This is the life you want for your kids. Outside all the time, swimming.
This is what you call living the dream.
But that dream needs paying for. Emma works 5 shifts a week at the local curry house, and Chris, well, Chris has done pretty much everything.
I've worked in building, maintenance, rodeo, boat spraying, bar work. Hey, Gary, you all right?
But for the past 2 years, Chris has been running his own business.
Right, just put it down for a sec, Gary. Right, round me toe. Well, I started doing antiques as a hobby, and then I've taken it from a hobby and made it into a living. That's magic.
Monday to Friday, Chris spends his time sourcing and scouring for stock.
That's it, done.
Ready for Saturday and Sunday when his shop is open and ready to sell, sell, sell.
That's my little sign. And this is my place.
Chris's shop is at the Rastro Don Quixote, 8 kilometres from Benidorm, and is a traditional weekend Spanish flea market.
Every single item that you see in here, I have bought and paid for. From charity shops, auctions, second-hand shops, antique shops.
And in a few days, the entire ground floor will be filled with over 40 stalls. But Chris has bagged the entire top floor for an absolute bargain.
€60 a month, I can make money on that. But it's not taking a big cut out of my profit.
Cheap as chips, Chris.
Oh.
But there's no way of predicting how much profit there will be at the weekend.
Some weeks I'll make €30, €40. Other weeks I'll make €1,000. You can just never tell one day to the next, or one weekend to the next, how it's going to go. So if I make $350, $400 this weekend, like I did last weekend, I'll be very happy.
Chris has just Saturday and Sunday to go full David Dickinson.
The idea of me doing this is to make money, to survive, to stay here. If I don't do that, I don't stay here. I've got to go.
The pressure is on for Chris to bring in the cash to keep his sunshine lifestyle alive and kicking. Over in fancy Albia, Leeds bar manager Chris has hit the streets in search of a job. Just over a week ago, he and his partner Gary moved lock, stock and barrel to Spain, but their money's running low and they desperately need to start earning.
Such a beautiful place. It'd be nice to work here with these sort of views every day.
Armed with his CV, certificates and 20 years bar experience, working, not drinking, Chris's plan is to wander into the beachfront businesses and say, give us a job.
Well, this is the first restaurant that I'm going to try my luck at and see what happens. Like I say, I'm not holding much hope really, but you never know.
That's the attitude. Good luck.
I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for work. My Spanish is not great, but I do speak a little. Basically, what the lady said is because my Spanish isn't great, that I probably would be better off looking in Benidorm.
But one knockback is not enough to deter Chris from finding work in Albia.
She just said the same thing again, that ideally they need to be fluent in Spanish because of the clientele that they have.
One knockback wasn't enough to make Chris give up on his local job hunt. However, two just might do it.
I think for Albia now, I think it's a case of kind of leave this and actually concentrate now on somewhere where there is going to be work and where communication isn't going to be a problem.
Come on, Chris, don't give up just yet. There's loads more bars to explore. Meanwhile, his partner, hairdresser Gary, has also hit the nearby streets.
So today, I thought Chris has gone looking for work, so I thought if I can't beat them, join them. So I'm going to do exactly the same, hopefully go and speak to a few owners of some salons around here. All right, I've seen this one, Salon Angelina? Who knows?
Well, it's close enough.
Shall I go in?
I think you might struggle, Gary.
It's closed. Guess it's siesta time yet again. Do they actually work a full day around here?
But Chris isn't sleeping on the job. He's trying one last restaurant before giving up on Albier. Good luck.
Hello. Hiya, I'm Chris.
Yeah,
I've just moved to nice to meet you. I've just moved to Albia, and I'm just wondering, I don't suppose you've got any job vacancies at the minute, have you?
No, at the
all of
moment
that.
I need a front.
Brilliant.
Winter.
So, yeah, I would love to do your free trial or something like that,
Yes,
if that would be
yes.
possible.
You can come tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah, that would be
Tomorrow,
perfect.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Congratulations, Chris. Third time lucky.
I'm really, really happy. Really pleased, really pleased.
If this is Chris when he's working for free, just imagine how excited he'll be if he gets a paid job. Big bargains, buckets of booze, and beautiful beaches. Just 3 reasons why Benidorm is often twinned with a certain British seaside resort.
It is like Blackpool, really, but it is lovely.
Anybody who says it's like Blackpool, it's not.
It's a sunny Blackpool.
It's basically Blackpool abroad.
But it's not only Blackpool that Benidorm has to compete with.
Well, I don't think we'd have got a garden like this at Skegness, do you?
No.
66-year-old retired cleaner Anne Harland and her husband, 58-year-old Mark from North Lincolnshire, were counting down the days until he no longer had to go to work at the steel rod factory.
When we all said when we were retired, I would buy a caravan for us to use. And I was going to buy one in Skegness. And we found out about all these caravan sites here.
And it was on Benidorm's Camping Benisol that the couple found Skeggy in the sun.
I liked it as soon as I saw it. I'm a first impressions person. And if I see something straight away, I think, like that, or other way, no, don't like that.
As a Scorpio, I'm always sceptical.
But the stars aligned and the couple got this caravan. What's more, they got it for a bargain.
They thought they was asking for £13,500, but up the office, it was €13,500. So that was a £2,000 bargain. Plus, they left everything in there.
She even left the knives and forks and the plates and the cups.
Anne and Mark plan to split their time between their bungalow in Blighty and their new home.
For us children, we did caravanning, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We used
Somewhere called Mablethorpe.
Just got to Mablethorpe at Golden Sands when I was about 4 or 5.
Not together, we didn't know each other then.
Thanks for clearing that up.
From the frontier, you've never guessed there was a caravan on the back. No. They're marvellous.
They are. Go on then, show us around.
Right, this is our patio. It's nice and enclosed, if you notice. We can sit and eat out without everybody staring at us. Hello.
Hiya, how are you?
This is the kitchen. Quite small and compact, but hey, you're in a caravan, you don't expect a great big place. We inherited a lot of the mugs, Mark likes glass mugs, these type. To me, a mug's a mug.
Me too, Anne.
Now, these are for the mozzies and what have you. We inherited the leather sofas.
2 lots of sofas.
This seats, what, 2 people and a small person, maybe? This table and chairs.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I sit there, Mark's here, because he's a left-hander and I'm a right-hander.
If we sat opposite, we'd be bashing elbows if we're trying to eat.
So we have trouble on the plane, don't we?
Since landing here, Anne and Mark have embraced Spanish life. Well, Anne has.
We have a siesta in the afternoon, don't we? Always
Sometimes,
do.
yeah.
Well, I do, even if you don't. That's the Spanish way. I've done it for years anyway, even in England. I have a siesta, doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't, Anne.
Another television here with the usual channels.
So that when it clashes about what I want to watch and what she wants to watch, we just separate to different rooms.
I like the Benidorm programme. I think it's beautiful to be here in Benidorm watching it on the television. I love it. You don't like it. I do.
Best decision we made, isn't it?
Yeah. Better than Skegness.
Apart from marrying you, of course.
Hey, marrying me.
Yes.
Better than Skegness. We'd be sat there with the rain running down the windows thinking, why are we here? Let's
Yes.
go home.
I'm sure it's sunny in Skegness sometimes. And Anne and Mark aren't the only ones settled into their new home in the sun. Ruth, the Podenco pup, is like a dog with two tails. Which reminds me, how does a dog stop a TV show? He presses pause. Oh, boom, boom.
No, she's a dear little thing. She's lovely.
Top dog. Linda rescued Ruth from a Pereira, a Spanish dog pound where she would have been destroyed.
She's really settling in very well. And the good news is that she has somebody that wants to adopt her already. It's a real happy ending for this little one, really. Hello, darling.
Ruth arrived with this cheeky chap, handsome Donny.
Hello, little boy. Hello. Hello. Let me just see your mum.
But Donny's adopted mum, Heidi, is still not settling in.
You're safe now. No one's going to hurt you, are they?
Whatever happened to her before she came to Linda's means Heidi's scared of her own shadow.
When she arrived, her eyes were literally popping out of her head in terror. I mean, they're a lot better now. Owie, you're biting me. Oi.
Linda has to rebuild Heidi's trust in people again.
We need to work very hard with Heidi because we have a wonderful home waiting for her. So, you know, I will tell her this every day. Come on, because you've got a new mummy waiting for you. I will work with her until she's ready to be rehomed.
While Heidi has a home waiting, many adult dogs aren't so lucky. A year ago, Flora arrived at Linda's, but no one wanted her. Until now.
Well, how fantastic news, Flora. Every week we're trying to find a new home. Not one person asked about her. And I met a couple a few weeks ago. They had a greyhound with only 3 legs. And I got a phone call 2 weeks ago to say that their dog had died, and they was obviously really devastated. Could they come and walk my dogs? Because they've got a gap in their life. So they took Dulcie, Flora and Rosa. And she came back, she went, oh, I love Flora. Well, they came back the next day. And they've taken her, and she's got a wonderful life. They just adore her. They take her everywhere with them, which is, I couldn't have asked for more. My job is done.
So where has Flora the dog ended up?
Be easier to go like this.
Oh, hello again. Travelling in style there, Flora. Coming up, Anne and Flora the dog start bonding.
I'm so tempted to paint them. They give you nice little pink nails.
And Chris's shop is like a ghost town.
Today is a bad day, really bad day.
For a certain brand of bargain-loving Brits,
8 minutes, it's happy hour. €1 a pint.
there's only one way to do Benidorm.
Caravan life is 5-star plus, honestly. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yet, rather than a hotel or villa, thousands of Brits choose to stay at one of Benidorm's campsites.
Never thought we'd be campers, did we?
No, we didn't.
You know, hidey high, happy days.
And over on Camping Benisol, there are a couple of campers who are over the moon.
Go on then, after your dad. Come on, this way.
Anne and Mark Harland adopted Flora the dog from Linda Jean's dog rescue charity after falling for her when they volunteered to do some dog walking.
Hello. Was that good? Was that good? And do you want a drink?
2 days after meeting her, Anne and Mark adopted Flora and brought her home.
I'd like to call her Marge. Marge! Can you imagine it?
Yeah. But we're not going to, no.
No, Flora. Flora.
Flora has been with Anne and Mark just 4 days.
I'm so tempted to paint them. So tempted. I give you nice little pink nails. What do you think? Would you like that?
She thinks you're barking mad, Anne.
She's frightened, isn't she?
Yeah, because we don't know what actually happened to her.
And she'll not tell us. It's a pity. I mean, you know, these poor dogs. It's so sad. You know, something's happened. It's imprinted on them.
Don't tell Linda about your treat.
We don't know what made her like that, so timid, that we're trying to slowly bring her back into the big world.
Anne and Mark aren't just helping Flora, she's helping them after losing their dog Louis to cancer 2 weeks ago.
Absolutely devastating when we lost him.
Yeah, we had a big void to fill up, didn't we, Duck?
Cried. It's that gap of not having a little person being there, you know. Oh, I'm going to be loving it, absolutely loving it.
She's going to be spoilt to bits.
Yes, absolutely loving it.
I reckon Flora's going to be loving it too. Over in nearby Fancy Albia, Chris is sprucing himself up, ready for his trial shift at a local restaurant.
Hopefully, give it 150% and hopefully there'll be a job at the end of it. That's what I'm hoping for.
Chris moved to Spain 10 days ago with Gary, his boyfriend of 6 months. But after setting up home, their funds are getting seriously low, and Chris needs this job if their dream of living in the sun is going to last.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, fine.
Oh, I'm very well.
Good.
Thank you.
Chris has offered his services tonight for free, in the hope that it will lead to a full-time and fully paid job.
And special menu.
If it doesn't work out, tomorrow he's back out job searching and another day closer to running out of funds. So he has one night to impress Ling, the owner.
Yeah, he's the first aid.
How you doing? Hiya.
Duck soup and a soul.
Duck soup and one soul. So this is, my trial shift, so hopefully.
Is that nice dog?
It's I have to be honest with you, it's my first day here, so it is, yeah.
Nice.
Chris, how are you getting on?
I think it's kind of okay, but I'm slightly worried about the menu and the language too.
Handsome new waist, yeah.
I don't know about that. Oh, sorry, I thought there was 4 of you, so
Yeah,
in that
there is,
case
but
then,
we're not having all.
it's very different to what I'm used to, but it's good, it's okay. Do some work.
Yes, of course, you crack on, Chris. With the trial shift nearly finished, have you got the job?
We'll see. See what she says?
Hang on, so you still don't know if you've been hired?
She's kind of indicating that I've got the job without actually telling me I've got the job, so I don't know yet. I'm not sure, I don't know.
Oh, there's only one way to find out. Ask her. Chris, go on, ask her. Oh, fine, I'll ask her. Ling, is he hired?
Yes, they have a job.
I'm really, really happy, and I won't let you down, I promise. I'll never let you down. I'll always do my best, I promise. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think I'm in the world of work now, officially, and here in Benidorm, Spain. It's weird, but it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm made up, chuffed.
Now, if Chris's other half, Gary, can get sorted out with a job, then the couple will be all set for their new life together in Spain. Two years ago, Yorkshire-born expat Chris O'Sullivan set up his own antiques business.
That's it, that'll do that. I put all my treasures in here, and it all lights up at night time. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
Chris has a shop at the local flea market, which is open on the weekends. But his villa up in the mountains, just outside of Benidorm, is an Aladdin's cave of all things antique.
I paid €3 for it in a charity shop. Paid €100 for that. I think the frame is worth at least 250. And this, I have here, an occasional table.
Oh, what is it the rest of the time?
Hopefully it's worth a fortune. And if it is, I'll buy myself a Harley Davidson.
Easy, rider. Chris needs to make between 350 and 400 euros every weekend to keep the business ticking over.
Morning, Yvonne. Morning, Tony. Voila. I love it. I can't wait to get here on a Saturday and a Sunday morning because I just love doing what I do. Come on, you little beauty. Let's see what you do.
It looks like it won't be doing much, Chris. There's not a customer in sight.
12 o'clock noon and nobody's been anywhere near the place. The place is absolutely dead. I've not seen it this quiet for 6 months. Today's the quietest ever.
And Chris has a theory why people are not bargain hunting today.
A lot of people were out late at the fiestas last night. Last thing you want to do is go look round a car boot sale or a Rastra or an antiques fair, especially if you've got a hangover.
Hang on, Chris. I spy people.
You all right? Seen anything interesting?
No,
Just having a look around. You never know what's going to happen. But today is a bad day, really bad day. They're having a good look. Nah, going down. Hello, how are you?
Fine.
You okay? Good. Where are you from?
Norway?
I thought so, as soon as I heard you talking. Are you looking for anything in particular?
No, just looking.
Having a browse, yeah. Okay, plenty to look at.
Yeah.
A few browsers, but Chris has not had one buyer today.
Taken absolutely nothing today, not 1 cent.
With no sign of, well, anyone. Chris gives up today as a bad job.
Oh, I'm out of here. Worst day I've had all year. Fiestas, rubbish.
Being his own boss means that if no one buys anything, Chris makes no bread.
Even though it's not raining today, it is a rainy day for me, for business-wise. But tomorrow, I might make 500, I might make 1,000. You never know what's going to be around the corner with this game.
Fingers crossed the sun comes out soon, eh, Chris?
Hasta luego!
It's fancy, it's nearby. You guessed it, we're back in Albia with Chris and Gary. The couple have now been in Spain for a month. Waiter Chris sorted himself out with a job at a local restaurant, and hairdresser Gary has also gone and got himself employed. And he starts today.
I'm really excited to start work. Just getting everything ready now. My scissors, my thinners, my clips, my brush.
Gary's new job is just down the road at a campsite in Alfas del Pi. He's been hired by Benidorm's queen of the hair scene, 59-year-old Vicky Caton, who's opened a new salon there.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So good to have you here.
Oh, definitely good to be here.
And Gary's straight in with his first do of the day.
Do you want to start with my hair?
Definitely.
It's all, it's minging, I will warn you. Needs to come down. It's all itchy, I can't wait.
Nothing helps with first day nerves like giving your boss's barnet a blow dry. No pressure, Gary.
Usually when somebody new starts, I get them to do my hair because it's just a good break in for them. And because you end up doing my hair nearly every day anyway. So you might as well get used to it.
Are you comfy there?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, that's perfect.
So, going anywhere nice on your holidays?
Yeah, well, it hides some of your
frown, Mark.
Oh, yeah, I've got I know.
That's it. Great, thank you.
How does that feel?
It feels great.
Lovely.
Vicky's blown away by Gary's styling skills.
I feel it's absolutely wonderful being back in the salon. And no, it's really nice to be back, you know, in full swing of things, really.
Life in Spain couldn't be going better for Gary and Chris. Or could it? Chris has a top secret plan now they're settled in the sunshine. Come on, we won't tell anyone.
Yeah, I really want to marry him. Bless him, he's gorgeous, love him. I'm going to propose to him, going to ask him to marry me. I've never done it before, so I don't know what to do, but yeah, that's the initial plan. He might say no.
A few weeks ago, Linda took in a new trio of tail waggers.
Oi, that's my finger. Chew your foot.
But one of the pups, handsome Donny, isn't looking too good.
Well, Donny's not been very well. He's got awful diarrhea.
Natalia, but...
Linda's worried and has called in Natalia, the vet.
He is very quiet and he is losing weight.
Looks a little bit dehydrated. You see, when I do this with the skin is not like come back to the same place.
Linda and Natalia need to discover if Donny has a virus called parvo. It's most common in puppies under 6 months old. There's no cure, but if he does have the virus, he'll be given medicine to control it. Parvo can be fatal, so they must quickly get to the bottom of this. Oh, blimey, I didn't mean literally.
He really is a baby, this one. Really is a baby.
I think I might be a baby if you did that to me, Linda. They're also testing for a parasitic infection called giardia, which can affect the digestive system and has symptoms of diarrhea and tiredness. Oh, she's going in again. Be brave, Donny.
Oh, Dad, that wasn't bad, was it? See?
We need to read in 10 minutes.
Okay.
If it's one line, it's negative. If it's 2 lines,
okay,
it's positive.
Okay. It is a worry because if we can't, we've got to get on top of it. He was quite a robust pup, and he's definitely a lot thinner. Definitely a lot thinner.
The longer Donny is ill, the weaker he's becoming, and there is a greater risk he won't recover.
Mira, both negative, eh?
Both
no
negative.
Parvo, no giardia. Then, what we can do is give an antibiotic for diarrhea.
The good news, Donny doesn't have the virus or the infection. The bad news, what is making him poorly is still unclear.
They're all healthy, the others. They're all running and playing, but he is very quiet and he is losing weight, which is a worry.
They need to solve this mystery.
I don't know what else to do. You know, I'm at a loss because I don't normally have this. I don't do sick puppies.
Handsome Donny's seriously ill and showing no signs of getting better. Coming up,
You all right?
one Chris is rushed off his feet.
That's more like it.
And another Chris is down on one knee.
Will you marry me?
Every weekend, the Rastro Don Quixote, just outside Benidorm, opens its doors to folk in search of bargains. The ground floor is filled with different stalls selling all sorts, but upstairs you can find Bradford-born Chris.
Hiya, you all right?
Who has rented the first floor and filled it with fancy antiques and second-hand furniture.
Unusual, isn't it?
How much is it?
About €50.
Last week he was flogging a dead horse, but this week he's just flogging it.
We'll have that one.
If it turns out to be worth thousands, come back and let me know, will you?
Certainly will.
Just to really upset me. Thank you very much, sir. OK, thank you. This weekend's been quite busy again. I'm glad I'm making up for last weekend.
So, Chris, show us the money.
140, 145. That's not bad for a day on a Sunday during summer. Yeah, I've had a good day. This is all gold, oro.
Don't be hasty, Chris. It looks like bargain hunters are like buses. You wait and you wait, and then two come. Oh.
Gracias. €35 next week. OK, mucho gracias.
Hang on, three come at once.
I'll never be a millionaire unless I find something that's worth absolutely millions, which I am always looking out for. But I just tick over.
And after your last-minute mad rush, what's the money situation looking like?
€260. That's more like it.
And the grand total for the weekend, drum roll please.
Just short of €500 this weekend.
Not quite a million, but you never know, Chris. Maybe this time next year.
What a result this weekend compared to last weekend. Unbelievable.
Back at Linda's, handsome Donny is still one poorly pup.
Be a good boy, you.
He's been rushed to the veterinary hospital because he's become so dehydrated.
I don't want to lose him. Yes, of course I'm worried. He's just a dear little dog.
More tests are being done to try and understand what's making Donny so unwell.
He looks fine, that's the thing. He doesn't look ill. I don't understand it. Tomorrow they hope to have the blood test results. Oh, of course I'm hoping he's going to be all right. You know,
Donny is seriously ill, but he's got Linda fighting his corner.
He's very special, you know. They're all special. All of the dogs in my care, they're my family. I love each and every one of them. He's so small, he's so vulnerable. It does break your heart. I will do everything in my power to get him better, I promised you.
There's an agonising wait ahead for Linda and us to see if Donny the poorly pup pulls through. Down the road in fancy Albia, love is in the air. Chris and Gary moved to Spain 7 weeks ago and sorted themselves out with a home and jobs.
This is the life, you know, on your days off, you can go down the pool, down the beach, you know, the weather's always nice. It's just, it's so ideal, it's perfect.
Viva España.
Yeah.
But Chris hasn't just brought Gary up to this romantic hideaway to practice his Spanish. He's got an important question he wants to ask him.
I really love you. Like, I really love you with all my heart.
I love you too.
I miss you when you're not there. I hate it when you're not there. And when we're together, it's just perfect. My life is perfect with you.
I don't reckon Gary's got a clue what's coming.
You know, every day I wake up and I think, I'm so lucky, because I didn't even think you existed. I feel like I've met my soulmate with you. I feel like you're the person. And I want this journey to continue, but I want us to be on this journey for the rest of our lives, together. And then, I'm nervous now, but I want to ask you something as well.
Here we go.
What are you doing?
My hand.
People are looking.
I don't care. I love you so much.
I love you too,
Can
Cadet.
you marry me?
Well, it's taken me 40 years to find you, so see.
Oh, congratulations, guys. Love is alive and well in fancy Albia. I'll buy a hat.
I'm gonna cry.
to start me off now. I love you too.
Next time on Bargain-Loving Brits in the Sun, Dave's soldiering on for his little lad.
The bar had to work, because if I go back to the UK, I lose my son.
Lisa's battling the elements.
Oh, this is not funny.
And handsome Donny's fighting for his life.
We have to do everything we can for Donny.